What's up, YouTube? It's Will Motivation back with another video, and today we're talking about how to drive my 2023 Audi RS3. Now, a little bit about this car. I just did a review on this car, so if you want the actual review, I'll put a link to the review in the description or at the end of the video. But today we're talking about how to drive this 5-cylinder beast. So a little bit about the car. It is a 2023, as I just mentioned, fully loaded. The RS3 model. It's a little faster than the regular S3 or the A3. The color is Kimura gray. I always say Kimura blue by accident because it's a gray that has sort of a blue tint in it. Now, when I do these how to drive videos, I usually go over operating the vehicle. So not only how to drive it, but if you want to take it, fill it up with gas, how to open the trunk, that kind of thing. Now, first, the other thing is operating the remote. So this remote has a lock button right there, right at the top. Press it 2 times, open up the trunk remotely, and then you got the unlock button at the bottom, which is easy enough. You got your little handle right here to close the trunk, pull that and set the trunk down. The other thing that's cool from an operational perspective, you've got these little hooks for when you go to the store and you got bags with the little handles on them. You wrap those bags around that hook and your stuff won't go flying around in the trunk. There's also a cargo net if your car has that. So let's try this out. Got to get out a pretty strong tug there. All right, so that's the operation of your trunk. You just double click on the trunk release button on the remote. Now this car also has, if you got your key, put it in your pocket or you got it in your hand, automatic open, touchless door unlock and lock. So you just slide your hand there and it'll unlock automatically. There's also a trunk release right here. So if you just pull that one time, that'll open up the trunk as well. Then, let me close the trunk. Then if you want to lock the door, touchless, just rub your hand across that little indentation. It's like a little indentation. I don't know if you can see it, but it's on all of the doors. You can lock it by rubbing your finger or the back of your hand against that little indentation. And it's on all 4 of the doors, which is nice because a lot of sedans will just put it on the front door and not on the back. I like having it on the back because I might have something in the back of the car. And I take it out and close the door and I want to lock it real quick without having to go into my pocket for the key fob. Well, there you go. All right. So functionality. Another thing functionality wise is you stop at the gas station and you want to fill this car up with gas. And all you got to do is press right here and it'll release. But of course, the car has to be unlocked. So you unlock the car, then you push on that. That'll open up the gas tank, release this gas cap, stick it right there in that little hole, and then fill up the gas tank, all right? Now, this car is a turbo. So you want to use premium fuel, 93 octane if it is available, but if it's not available, then use, 92 if you have to. Like I said, this is a 5-cylinder engine, very fast. The horsepower is right around 425 and 395 foot-pound of torque. I'll throw it on the screen if I'm incorrect on that, but somewhere around those numbers. Now, any other things that you need to know about the exterior? Of course, there's an option to have the mirrors fold in when you lock the vehicle. That's a setting in the car, so you don't have to do that. Man, that paint looks crazy good in the sunlight, man. This car has sort of a flip-flop paint job because not only does it look gray, like Nardo gray, depending on the light, but sometimes it looks like a grayish blue, like a flat grayish blue. And then other times you see this amazing sparkle that's like a rainbow color sparkle in the paint. It has some rainbow flake, but you only see it in the sunlight. If it's a cloudy day, you will not see the sparkle at all. All right, So from a functionality standpoint, in the back of the car, you've got a control for your heating, your AC vents and everything. You've got the center console, not really a console, but your center armrest, and for your cups, cup holder. All right, but let's go ahead and get into the drive. Now this car is hot, so bear with me. I'm gonna show you how to drive in and operate your RS3. Starting first with, because it's so hot in here, starting the engine. So you put your foot on the brake and then press the start stop, and your digital dash will fire up. Let me turn off the emergency brakes. All right, now it is hot. So now the windows, they have automatic full, like auto down and auto up on all of the windows, which is really, really nice. A lot of cars don't have that feature because for safety reasons, they won't give you the auto up because they don't want to, hurt somebody's arm that might be in the window with the auto up. So they don't give it to you, but this car does. So like just clicking it to the second click position will get all the windows to go down fully automatically. That's how you operate that. Now, sunroof. Let me back up. There is this visor that's manual. So you open the visor up with the manual. Now, if you want to fully open the sunroof, click that back one time. We'll just move it slightly. Click it back 2 times, and then it'll automatically open it up. Now, I'm not going to drive like this because it is so freaking hot. So to close it, give it a full double click on that slider right there. And then I am going to freaking close this because it's so freaking hot. But that's how you operate it. All right, operating the mirrors. Very traditional. The center doesn't do anything. Move it to the left. That controls the mirror control for the left mirror, and then turn it to the right. That controls it for the right mirror. Turn it to the back here. That will fold the mirror. Well, that won't fold the mirror, so I can't see. That will turn the heated mirrors on for your fog and your ice and stuff to melt it off. And then the last one over here is folding the mirrors in manually. All right. Your door locks are right here on the door, lock and unlock. Your light controls, I keep it in auto so that the lights will automatically come on. But when it's in auto, it'll light up green. Your fog lights for the front, fog lights for the rear, right there. Your turn signal, up, okay, of course, for your right, and down for your left. And then that also controls the bright lights, so you can pull it towards you for the brights. Very traditional, just like a regular car. Now, your cruise control is down here. Sometimes cruise control is on the wheel in a lot of cars, but cruise control is down here. I have it turned on by default, so all I have to do is press this button to set the speed, and then I'm good to go. And then you can control your distance because it has adaptive cruise control, or like smart cruise control, so it can keep distance. We'll try that out on the freeway. Then of course you got your digital dash with everything in there, which is obvious what that is. If you don't know what that is, you probably should not be driving in this car. Now, some little special features. There's an RS button right here. You click that RS button, you get your RS settings on the screen. I've got it set to my individual settings, but you can put it in performance mode. As you see, the RPMs went up and it went into performance mode. I'll hit that again, turns it off. Hit it one more time, goes into individual. Hit it one more time, performance, comfort, individual. So we'll leave it in individual right now for our driving pleasure. All right, what do we got here? Auto is for your AC. Syncing it is for your passenger side and your driver's side controls. Heated seats here. There's no cool seats, just heated seats. Your controls for your AC are all in here, which will light up when you turn your AC on. Traction control is down here. Drive select is essentially the same thing as this RS button right here. Selecting your drive mode, your hazard lights, your parking sensors on or off, and what is this? Leave the parking space, please select the direction of travel. Oh, okay, so that's automatic parking. I don't need that. I've never used it before. I'm old school. But it has automatic parking, so let me turn that off. We don't need that. Parking assist, essentially. Wow, that's a nice feature that I didn't even realize I had. Your home link, you have to buy an aftermarket mirror from Volkswagen to get the integrated home link, which I did, which will control my garage, up and down. So, all right, that is your basic stuff. Now, your windshield wipers, there it is right there. There's your stalk for your windshield wipers. Up to turn them on, and then down for off, or all the way down for like a one-time wipe. All right, let's go ahead and drive this car, and that's it's pretty easy to drive. So anything else I'm forgetting in here, buckle up for sure. There's something I forgot. Electronic parking brake. To turn it on, pull it back one time and it lights up. Turn it off. I believe now in the car, when you put the car in drive, this is a new feature. That's how you put it in drive. Oh yeah, let me talk about that. But you pull it, here's how you operate this little knob. To put the car in park, right? You press P. You're in park. Parking brake is still on. To put the car in reverse, put your foot on the brake and go push this thing up to kind of clicks twice, and it goes into reverse. Tap it down once in the neutral. Tap it down again, it's in drive. Tap it down one more time, it's in sport. All right, let's put it back into drive, or actually it's in neutral. If you want to flick it again from back in the regular drive, just hit it one more time. Parking brake is still on. Now I'm gonna hit the gas. I'm in drive, but I got the parking brake on. I'm gonna hit the gas. It automatically released. That is a new feature in the Audi RS3. My old Audis did not have that feature. They actually you would have to manually release the parking brake. So that's something new when you take off. Hey Sterling, shout out to my neighbor. All right, so we're driving the Audi RS3. Now here's like the typical things you're gonna want to do. You want to come to a full stop. All right, but here's the typical things you're gonna want to do when you drive this car. Stuff that I'm messing with. I'm messing with my stereo controls on the steering wheel to start it. Well, actually, to start, I got an Apple CarPlay as wireless in this car, which is nice. So you sync your phone up with the MMI system, and I'm actually gonna take the back roads today to where I'm headed. I'm gonna go to back roads today. But yeah, let's say I want to turn on music. You know how to operate your Apple CarPlay. That's how you do that. All right, let's go. All right, I'm in regular drive mode. The car feels a little sluggish. So one of the things that you're gonna be doing, at least this is what I do off and on, is switching into the different drive modes so that the car has a more sporty feel. So if I hit the RS button, it clicked me into sport mode in the RS Performance. So now the car will feel a lot more sporty when I'm driving it. All right, I'm gonna hit that again. Now it's in comfort mode, so it's gonna drive nice and relaxed. So that's one of the things you're gonna be using when you're driving, is that RS button. The other thing you can do, like I'm in regular comfort mode right now, and let's say I'm going. One of the gripes I have about this car is it is slow coming out of corners and things, right? Like starting up and when you're turning. So one of the things I'll do is I will flick that little horrible little gear shifter that I hate. I'll flick it down once like that, and that'll flick it into sport mode. So that'll give your engine a bit more responsiveness at the flick of that switch. All right. Now, if you're in sport mode and you want to manually shift, you got your paddle shifters on the back of the steering wheel. So I'm in second gear. Let's downshift. I'll hit this one time. Back into second gear from third. Upshift on the right. And that's how you quickly get into manual mode. where you got to manually use the paddle shifters. Pretty self-explanatory as far as how the paddle shifters work. But then getting back into auto mode, you flick that right there. So now it's in auto mode, still in sport mode. So let's say we want to get back to relaxed driving, flick it one more time, and we're back in the comfort mode in D mode or drive mode. So that is what I'm typically fooling with when I'm driving this car. Other things that you might mess around with on your steering wheel here, you have the MMI, your multimedia digital dash. You've got controls for that. So like I can put the map in the center, right, by just clicking these buttons here. I can click the view button, see the big map. That's one thing I love about Audi. They invented that, so you know, you got to give them props. Audi is inventing a lot of stuff. They invented those LED lights in the front of cars as well. So shout out to Audi. So always why I keep an Audi. All right, so here's a nice feature. I'm in traffic right now. I'm going to try to turn on the automatic cruise control. I'm going to just hit this button right here at the bottom. Can control the speed. The distance is close. So I'm going to set the speed to, the speed limit here is probably 35 miles an hour. So we're going to set the speed to 35. Yeah, so set to 35. I'm a little weary about using this in traffic, but it can not only control the distance, but it'll also drive like and try to stay within a lane. So it's slowing down now without me having my feet on the brake. So I'm a little weary about it. I want to put my foot on the brake, but it's slowing down by itself. All right. So let's see what happens when it completely stops. Let's see. It's going to make me do it. Okay, so I think it's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like traffic control. Now I'm going to put a little bit of distance in between me and the person in front of me. Oh, snap, this thing just... Now, I don't like that steering, though. I'm turning that steering off. I got to remember how to do it. But the gas and the brake are cool. The gas and the brake are cool. I'm gonna get over here in this lane right here. All right, so okay, no, it's still on. So if you gas it, it'll still stay on. Now the speed limit is 45, so I'm gonna set the speed up to 45. 3, 4, 5. All right, so there's somebody in front of me, so it's braking. But let's get over to the next lane over here. See, I don't like the steering though. I gotta turn that steering off. I gotta figure out how to turn that off. I'm not a fan because the steering, when you're changing lanes, look, I'm gonna let go and let it steer. So it's steering right now, hands free. I'm not a big fan of the steering, but we're going to trust it for a second here. It's kind of weaving. Oh shit! No. I'm not a fan of the steering. So let me figure out how to turn the steering off. Hold on a second. All right, I figured it out. There's a button on this, the blinker. There's a button right there to turn it on and off. So I just turn it off. Now to hit resume, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit the up arrow on this. So let's see. Let's see if I can make it resume. But yeah, that steering, I'm not a fan of that, man. That's a little suspect. All right, so in order for you to resume, to turn it back on, you just gotta flick that up. All right, so now we got nobody in front of us. We got set to 45. So it's speeding up, nice and gentle. All right, okay. Yeah, I just don't like somebody got in my way. Let's see what happens. I'm just not a fan of that. All right, it's going too fast. See, it doesn't realize that there's a red light up there. Come on, man, slow down, slow down, slow down, car. Yo, that has me nervous. Yo, that has me so nervous, but it works. We're gonna leave it on. We're gonna leave it on. We're gonna let it drive for us. But hey, okay, it works. It's got me a little nervous. So I think I'm gonna increase the distance between me and the car in front of me. Cause see, the car doesn't see that there's a light up there. It just sees the car in front of you. And that car was speeding up, so it's trying to hit 45 miles an hour. But it's still on. So it's like it's basically, if you want to be lazy in traffic and just control the steering wheel, then you can do that. If you want to let it drive the steering wheel, you just got to hit that button right there. But I'm just not a fan of that yet. That's too much for me. So, all right, man. We learning how to drive the RS3 together. There it goes. Come on. Oh, it's not going. Oh, I guess you got to gas it. I guess you got to get it started by hitting the gas when you come to a long stop like that. If it's just a few seconds that when you stop, it'll stay on and it'll keep driving. So, all right, let's see. See, I just don't like how it keeps speeding up, man. Because, see, somebody behind you might not be paying attention either. Yes. It got me a little nervous, man. But anyway, you can use that feature. It could be handy on the freeway, like in stop and go traffic. All right, so most people already know this, what I'm getting ready to tell you. There's a feature on your blinker when you're rolling. If you flick it one time, but not all the way down, it'll blink 3 times. So that's for when you're on the freeway and you're gonna change lanes, but you don't wanna click the blinker all the way until it holds. You just wanna hit it one time, not all the way, and then it'll blink 3 times so you can switch lanes. So most modern cars have that feature now, but I remember in the old days, we did not have a feature like that. They just started putting it in cars. So for those of you guys that are old school like me, hey, you might learn something new here. All right, so we got it in sport mode now. And do a little acceleration. Let's see what it sounds like. Come on, light. What? You can definitely feel the turbos when they kick in. They kick in pretty hard, man. They kick in pretty hard. This car is a fun little car to drive. A great size for a car. Let me get over here. I'm gonna try to get on the freeway. Yeah, nice little fun car to drive. But man, if you ever get your chance to drive an RS3, take that opportunity and you'll see why I continue to buy one of these cars for my little stable. This is my daily driver. I have my complaints here and there, but I mean, it's still an awesome platform. I would not rather have any other 4-door than this car right here. Now for the most important part of the video. If you like this video, then hit the like button for me, or the thumbs up button. And if you want to see more videos like this with me playing around with some of the cars that I own, like the Lamborghini Huracan, the Ferrari F8 Spider, I got a video coming up on that this weekend.
Police reported ahead.
The Dodge Hellcat Red Eye Challenger, the BMW M4 competition. If you like those kind of videos, hit that subscribe button and watch the videos. We got a lot of people that subscribe but then don't watch the videos. So please watch the videos, support the channel if you like this kind of content, and I will see you in the next video.
It's the one and only Floyd Money Mayweather. I'm here to tell you guys to go to Wheel Motivation. The exotic cars is crazy. I've been watching this show for a little while now and it's growing. But we need everybody else to subscribe to Wheel Motivation and support Will. I'm supporting them. You do the same.